My name is Jacob Seacat. Did you know that of our current Congress, 18 of our Congress members are over the age of 8 years old? And did you know of those 18, a handful of our Congress members are over the age of 90? This is what we're going to be discussing today. Should Congress have a maximum age limit? Now, I've lived in this country my whole life. I'm young. I've only just started to come into my own adulthood and to develop my own values, beliefs, and opinions. And through extensive research of our political system, I discovered that even though we have a minimum age requirement of 35 years for senators and 30 years for senators and 25 years for representatives, we currently do not have a maximum age limit for members of Congress. So this begs the question, should Congress have an age limit? Now, the main points that I'm going to be bringing up today are older members of Congress able to do their jobs effectively? Does Congress have the best interests in mind for young generations and future generations to come? And the third point I'm going to be talking about is solutions to address this issue. Now, let's get straight into the big question here. Are these members of Congress still able to do their jobs effectively? I'm going to be showing a video of the CEO of Facebook, and this is going to be him describing the internet and how Facebook works to senators of Congress.
Well, how do you sustain a business model in which users don't pay for your service?
Senator, we run ads.
If I'm emailing you in WhatsApp, is that under the form of advertisers?
No, we don't see any of the content in WhatsApp. It's really encrypted.
Right, but is there some algorithm that spits out some information to your ad platform, and then let's say I'm emailing about Black Panther, and within WhatsApp, do I get a Black Panther banner ad?
Senator, Facebook systems do not see the content of messages being transferred over WhatsApp.
Yeah, I know, but that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking about whether these systems talk to each other without human being touching them.
Senator, I think the answer to your specific question is if you message someone about Black Panther on WhatsApp, it would not inform any ads.
There have been reports that Facebook can track a user's internet browsing activity even after that user has logged off of the Facebook platform. Can you confirm whether or not this is true?
Senator, I want to make sure I get this accurate, so it would probably be better to have my team follow up.
You don't know?
I know that people use cookies on the internet, and that you can probably correlate activity between sessions. We do that for a number of reasons, including security and including measuring ads to make sure that the ad experiences are the most effective, which of course people can opt out of.
Will Facebook offer to all of its users a blanket opt-in to share their privacy data with any third-party users?
Congresswoman, yes, that's how our platform works. You have to opt in to sign into any app before you use it.
Somebody called you up and say,
I will see John Kennedy's file.
Absolutely not.
Could you, if not, would you do it? Could you do it?
In theory,
Do you have the right to put my data, the name of my data, and share it?
I do not believe we have the right to do that.
Do you have the ability?
Senator, the data is in the system, so
Do you have the ability?
technically I think someone could do that, but that would be a massive breach, so we would never do that.
Thank you.
All right.
Universal
Now that we've viewed this video, the reason why I wanted to show you this video is because we as a country and as a society have reached a point where we've integrated the internet and the use of social platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, other social media so much into our own daily lives that it is concerning that members of Congress are extremely unfamiliar with the internet and Facebook and how these platforms work. Furthermore, this video highlights kind of how ridiculous these questions that they are asking the CEO of Facebook. Now already it seems that a majority of people are already in favor of a maximum age limit. In fact, in a survey from most Americans favor maximum age limit for federal elected officials, it shows that 82% of Republicans and 76% of Democrats are already in favor for having a maximum age limit for elected officials. Now in this country, Congress, especially the House of Representatives, is supposed to represent the people and the people's thoughts and best interests, right? So this brings me up to my second point, that Congress does not have the best interests of the people in mind. In an article from Young Adults are Underrepresented in Elections to the U.S. House of Representatives, it states that young candidates do not have the same chances of winning a primary or a general election in comparison to their older counterparts. Now, this is mainly because their older counterparts do have way more experience than younger politicians and officials, but they also have way more influence over these elections. What makes this so apparent and so concerning is that most of these influential politicians are past the retirement age. Which brings me back to the previous issue. Should these people, or can these people, still do the job effectively? So, what can we do about this? And why should we do something about this? Well, one solution, which is pretty obvious, is to actually instill a maximum age requirement for members of Congress, like senators and people from representatives from the House of Representatives. Now, in an article from Should There Be a Maximum Age for Politicians, and an article from As Congress Gets Older, one lawmaker makes a case for general diversity. They state that the current 118th Congress is the oldest Congress that we've ever had in the past 20 years, with the median age being 65 years old and for senators, and the median age being 58 years old for representatives. Now, by instilling a maximum age limit, we'll be able to bring down the median age of senators and representatives, which will help with integrating a better generational diversity among members of Congress, which would eventually lead to Congress being more focused on issues that will deeply affect younger generations and future generations to come. Another solution to this issue would be to set term limits for members of Congress. Now, by setting term limits, this would help keep politicians from holding positions of influence or power with no limit to how long they would be able to hold that position for. This would also give younger candidates a better chance to become elected into these positions as well. Now, we've talked about a lot of issues in regarding to our Congress. We've talked about the issue that some Congress members may be too old to effectively do their jobs. Congress does not have the best interests in mind for the US people. And we've discussed possible solutions that we can do to address this issue, such as instilling a maximum age limit and setting possibly setting term limits. Now, the increasing age of Congress is a pressing issue, and it is one that will only keep being brought up as time passes. So, how would you address the issue of an age limit for Congress?